Scabby Podcast.
In an ancient hotel in room 142 lay two foolhardy fools with nothing to do. They sit and they ponder about movies they've seen while trapped in their room and stare at their TV screen. Sometimes they play songs on the instruments they've amassed. The Pinj and the Maggie on the Scabby Hayze Podcast.
Welcome to the Scabby Hayze Podcast. This is your co-host Maggie.
And this is your other co-host Pinj.
And we just got finished watching The Happening.
Oh yeah,
What? It was made in
2008.
2008.
Give me a second.
An M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh boy.
It took a lot of convincing on Pinj's part to get me to watch this movie.
Yep.
Actually, not really. He said, want to watch The Happening so we can review it on the Scabby Hayze Podcast? And I said, I will do it only for the Scabby Hayze Podcast.
Yeah.
And I did this for you guys, so you should appreciate it, and you should listen to this episode, and you will like it. And you should never, ever, 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 never watch The Happening. Never.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It was awful.
So, give a little bit of a backstory. Maggie and I spent the past few days trying to think of a movie, and we couldn't think of anything. We couldn't think of anything really good to bring to you guys. Since this is our 20th episode, we're like, oh, what's something we can do?
Something special that we can do for our 20th episode.
Yeah. And
we thought of a couple ideas, and then we decided, for some strange reason, why don't we watch a movie that we know is terrible, so we can both hate it and review it on the Scabby Hayze Podcast.
Yeah.
And that's what we decided to do, so
yep.
Get ready for some
sure,
extreme hatred.
And I'm pretty sure I lost
strict criticism.
20 points off my IQ.
Yeah.
Just watching this movie.
Same. And it also boosted my respect for actors who actually know how to act. For directors who know how to make a movie.
Yes.
And for writers who don't suck. And I'm very disappointed in Mark Wahlberg. I don't think I've ever seen a Mark Wahlberg movie. I think this is my first Mark Wahlberg movie.
It's probably a bad one to start off with. There is some benefit in it. Benefit in it?
Benefit it? That sounds like a medicine. There's some benefit in it. You want some benefit in it? Take benefit in it twice a day if you want to get rid of your hair follicles.
Go bald with benefit in it. As Maggie was talking about earlier, the benefit of watching such a crummy movie is that you do gain appreciation for just the better of the good. You can have a stronger appreciation of what actually is good being good.
Yeah, but you also have to suffer an hour and a half of idiocracy.
That's true. Is it worth it?
No.
Okay, but now you get to have appreciation for other films.
I don't care about that.
Okay, fine.
I'm just trying to think of a bright side. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to think of what good could have possibly come out of watching a movie like that, and that was the only thing I could come up with. It makes me appreciate some other movies that are way better.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, I guess.
I will give it this. There was a bit of entertainment value in it.
Yes.
Just because it was so incredibly bad that it made me laugh.
This movie
It's fun to make fun of.
It's a good bad movie.
Yeah. There are movies like Fantastic Four, Batman and Robin that are just bad movies. Not even funny. Let's do a quick overview.
Okay.
So, the plot of the movie is plants releasing a toxin that kills people, that makes people kill themselves.
Basically.
There's an epidemic of that in the northeastern U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And so it follows this man and I think was it his wife?
I have no idea.
It
didn't elaborate. And if it did,
Yeah.
I don't care.
And a little child that was his best friend's kid that all of a sudden they just adopted and I don't even know what, and they're trying to save themselves from these killer plant toxins.
Yep. And that's
it.
That's really about the entire film. And there's constantly this question of, is it really the plants?
Well, they come up with that theory about 15 minutes?
No. I'd say...
Later?
Yeah.
20 minutes?
Maybe like 25.
Okay, 25 minutes into the film. 40 minutes into the film.
It's not the
They're
plants.
still debating it.
Yeah.
45 minutes into the film, they're still debating it.
They debate it about until the end.
And then at the end, they say, it's the plants.
Yeah. So
Wow!
what a great twist. It actually was the plants. But the problem is, with doing that, in writing of the film, the problem with doing that is, you had previous moments of the film where it's like, oh, is it the plants didn't kill us? Oh, this didn't happen. Oh, man. But if it was the plants, then why didn't it kill him?
I don't know.
Why?
So stupid. So many unanswered questions. And can we please just talk about the guy who asks everybody if they want a hot dog? If they like hot dogs? That is the stupidest. It never comes back to him.
That is one of the weirdest
He goes off in a
characters.
different group or whatever. They think that they have to split up into groups because the smaller the groups, the less people there are, the larger chance they have of surviving. And so this dude who is obsessed with hot dogs, who keeps asking everyone if they like hot dogs, goes off into this other group and we never see him again.
I wish the movie would have just followed him for the rest of the movie.
Probably would have been a better film.
It probably would have. He probably would have had people gather around a fire and roast hot dogs and...
Yeah. Talk about life and then murder themselves.
Yeah. It probably would have been a much better movie.
Yeah.
Instead,
it never closes. There's no closure about
anything.
the best friend. He kills himself, it shows it, but it
Yeah.
never says that his wife dies.
It's assumed.
They get that information from
It's
a little
assumed.
girl over the phone, from a stranger's daughter,
Yeah.
who's like 7 years old, over the phone.
Mhm.
She said everybody's dead, and that's why they think that she is gone. And so they just adopt their little girl, and
That's it.
yeah, they basically steal her
Yeah.
without trying to find out if her mom's really alive, or it's chaos. And the acting,
Not only the acting,
they didn't try.
the dialogue,
The dialogue is horrible, and the timing,
all of it.
the scene transitions, just everything. This is a literal line from the movie. Mark Wahlberg is speaking to a plant and says, "We're not gonna hurt you, we're just here for a little bit, and then we're gonna go."
No, he says, we're just here for the bathroom.
Yeah, we're just here for the bathroom. And then he says, "It's plastic." And he's talking about the plant. He says, "I'm talking to a plastic plant, and I still am." And then that's a whole scene right there.
Yeah.
Where he's talking to a plastic plant, and then he realizes he's talking to a plastic plant, and he continues to talk to a plastic plant and acknowledges it, and we have to sit and watch this conversation between a full-grown man named Mark Wahlberg and a plastic plant. It's stupid.
I still want to argue the point. I think they might have, at some points they might have been, because there's a weird cut between other people around the country, and there's two old ladies knitting, but they have gas masks on. It's definitely played for comedy. And then there's another weird cut of
I know,
a
but-
family sitting in a bathtub watching the news.
I know, but when you say self-aware, it makes people think that you're saying the movie knows how bad it is and just like given up. And so it's like, well, we're
think
trying to make
so.
it this way because it's so stupid. Did you get it?
I think maybe...
No, I don't think so. I
think
think it was trying to legitimately add humor into it.
Hold up.
To keep people's attention.
Not in the
because-
filming.
Maybe they thought if they didn't, then it was just a complete loss.
Not in the filming, but I think in the editing, they were kind of self-aware of like, oh crap, what did we do?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's so...
I'm surprised that Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel...
never got a job after this.
Yes.
The acting is atrocious.
They probably fired their agents and sued them and sued everybody they could for making that happen.
I'm supposing it's the directing, because these people have gotten jobs afterwards and before.
No, the director is definitely at fault.
Yeah. It's some bad acting and some bad dialogue. This is probably the worst dialogue I've heard in a film.
Yeah. Well...
Birdemic doesn't count.
I mean, Thor the Dark World's not that great.
Okay, but it's not...
It's bad dialogue.
There's not a character where his whole character is he's a math teacher and everything he does revolves around math. There's a 62% that I'll make it out alive.
But that's not dialogue, that's writing.
That's writing, that is dialogue. That's the character.
I know, that's not dialogue. That's not how the characters interact with each other. That's the character. And that was bad writing.
It's just bad all around.
Yeah, it's just bad all around. Just everything about it was bad.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was worth it.
So, I guess, technically, maybe the theory's still out there. There could be plants that target specific people and release their toxins whenever they want to, so they can murder the people who are mistreating them. Okay, starting out, this is what I thought starting out, because I didn't really know anything about this movie. I didn't know the plot.
I knew a bit.
I had heard of the movie, but I didn't even really know that it was super duper bad until the only scene I knew of was the old lady. Are you gonna murder me in my sleep? What? No. That's the only scene I knew of, and I kind of forgot where I was going with this. Okay, so here's what I thought when I first started watching the movie. He explains, it starts out, Mark Wahlberg, Elliot. Okay,
yeah.
That's his character name. Elliot is a science teacher at a high school, or middle school, high school.
I think it's high school.
And he says, what a good scientist does is respect the laws of nature and understand that there are some things that can't be explained.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, okay, well, then all these different odd events, these people killing themselves, this bizarre epidemic is just going to sweep across the U.S. and maybe the world, and nobody will be able to explain why.
And then they do.
Little did I know, later on in the movie, oh wait, it's the plants, and they're releasing toxins, and they can target specific people.
And plants can talk to themselves.
And they're killing all the people who don't take care of them.
And plants can talk to other plants.
Yeah, plants can communicate with each other, trees can communicate with grass. And there's also this wall of wind that's extremely powerful, but you can see it moving in the grass, and people can outrun it.
Yep. You can outrun the wind for an extended amount of time.
Okay, well, right after his conversation with his students about there are some things that scientists just can't explain, and that's okay, and there are events that don't have an explanation, and that's what makes a good scientist, is when he can respect that and know that there's not always an answer for everything. And then 20 minutes later, it's the plants. The plants are killing people. We have a scientific explanation for this event. It just... stupid. They could have gone at least somewhere that made sense. They could have made the plot into exactly that, where nobody knew what was going on, and they never did, and the movie ends with a question of what the heck happened. Nothing, or at least sometimes there are supernatural events or events that seem supernatural that can't be explained because we don't have the technology or the means or the brain capacity to understand it. And that would have been a better plot than what in the world?
One of the most interesting things is it cuts to random shots of the trees as if it's terrifying.
Right.
It's like, oh, they're acting up.
And it's not even like in the dark, broad daylight.
Yeah.
Just shot
scenery.
of a tree blowing in the wind.
Just scenery, that's all it is.
Like, oh, that's kind of peaceful.
Yeah.
But the movie wants you to think, it's a tree, it's gonna kill them. It's communicating with the grass to release its toxins, to make people crazy and kill themselves. At one point, the people get so crazy that a man starts like a riding mower and lays down in front of it, so he gets chopped up and dies.
Yeah.
Why?
I have no idea.
Just why?
Okay. I want to hear your thoughts on the army guy that shows up in this movie.
Okay. Mr. Cheese and Crackers. Okay, first I thought he was Adam Sandler.
I thought he was, what's his name? Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, really? No, he didn't look like Shia
Yeah,
LaBeouf.
he does.
But he acts like a Shia LaBeouf character.
Yeah.
It's so weird and out of place.
All of the characters are.
They added him in there. I think they tried to do that with the random characters, like the hot dog guy, and
They just try to make weird people.
they just try, to build the characters so you would be sad when they died, or like, oh no, that guy died.
hot
Like,
dog
oh,
man.
he was one of my favorites, and it didn't work at all because the extent of his character building during the movie is him.
Leading the people? Is it him saying cheese and crackers?
Yeah, it's him saying cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was a little bit sad when he died, because I wanted to hear him say cheese and crackers again.
Same with the hot dog man. I didn't want to see him leave.
Yeah, he may have not died.
Maybe.
I mean, he might still be out there.
Maybe he
They're
went on
coming
to
out-
make a...
They're coming out with a
Happening
sequel. Yeah,
Yeah.
Happening 2, and it's about the hot dog guy.
No, it's about the hot dog guy leading... What was her name? Like, the daughter character.
Jess?
Yeah. It's about them meeting up
Yeah,
again.
he has to go find her because
The Happening 2 is happening.
round 2.
Yeah. No,
then
round 3.
Elliot and his girlfriend or wife, whatever she was, die. And so the little girl's alone again. And so Hot Dog Man has to come in and find her and take her away from the murderous plants. Yeah, that's true.
That would be a
We
better
could
movie.
write that
Yes!
plot better than...
Let's write The Happening 2.
No.
Let's.
No.
I want to write The Happening 2.
No. It'd be like the new Star Wars coming out. We just have to erase every thing that was written in the first one.
Yeah.
Let's just forget this ever happened, or let's try to redo
Yeah.
it so we can make it better.
Yeah. Okay. I have a question.
Mhm.
What was the goal of this film? Is it an environmental message?
That's what I don't understand. Yeah, that's what I don't understand. If it was trying to be an environmental message, they didn't get their point across, and...
They don't explain why the plants do it. It's
Yeah.
not because the people are mistreating them. It's never quite said. It's referred to, maybe, but...
Although I think maybe the director had some of those views,
Yeah.
because there were little details, little snippets, like the beginning when Elliot is talking to his students, and they're giving him explanations as to why
The bees are
bees are
dying.
disappearing.
Yeah.
And they suggest, global warming and climate change and pollution.
Yeah.
And he says, well, that's, that's a
Possible.
factor. Yeah, that could be.
They never answer that question.
Right. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was an environmentally driven film, but
Is it to be scary?
okay, that's another possibility. It could be. It comes down
But
to
it
there are
jokes all the
certain
time.
there's certain events in nature, like directors making films, where there's no explanation as to why they made the film.
It's not because
Why
it's a
they
good
made it
story.
so horrible.
Yeah.
ugh, it just can't be explained. I don't know what to say.
The Happening is almost encapsulating itself.
There's also, I have another theory, that he made this film to be an example of what a film shouldn't be.
So it would be self-aware then.
Yeah, it could be.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Can we talk about Zooey Deschanel? I think that's her name.
Her crazy eyes?
Her freaky eyes.
I don't know.
She looks possessed during the whole movie.
A lot of people think that she's very attractive, and it's because of her eyes. Like,
really?
She's got that dark, thick hair and bright blue eyes, but I think she just looks a little
nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah, she does. She could play a Catwoman.
Oh, she could.
Yeah, because Catwoman's kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah, she could.
She could.
If she was a better actress.
I mean, I hope she's better than what she shows off in The Happening. I think you'd have to be.
I don't know.
How did this get made?
Birdemic got made.
Okay, that's true. That's fair.
And Temple of Doom got made.
That's true.
And Fantastic Four and Batman and Robin, Unbreakable.
Yeah.
They all got made.
I guess. Unbreakable has more to
itself. Unbreakable's the best out of all the ones that I listed, but it's not a good movie.
It's an okay movie.
It's lame. And it's way too lame to have a what do they call that? A sequel? Is it a sequel or is it like a spin-off?
It's its own thing.
Okay, so a spin-off. It's way too terrible to have a spin-off. What's the new one called? Glass? Mr. Glass? Or
I think it's Glass.
Just Glass? Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Glass.
I don't know. Unbreakable has...
Let's not talk about Unbreakable.
Okay. Alright, fine.
So would you recommend this movie?
On an ironic level, maybe with a group of friends.
Do you have a group of friends?
No.
Okay. That's what I
just watch it for the Scabby Hayze. I watch it for the Scabbies.
Yeah, but maybe if you have friends.
Yeah.
And you enjoy making fun of a film.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that's entertaining to sit around and make fun of a film. I do. I like doing that.
Yeah. You like Temple of Doom, so...
For that specific...
On an ironic level,
purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you might actually think about choosing this film to do that. Otherwise, if you think that this is a film that you'd enjoy as far as good writing, good acting, entertaining, you will be very disappointed.
Go watch... like The Prestige or Inception.
Jaws. Oh.
Yeah. Watch one of those films if you want to see good writing, good dialogue.
If you want a good movie.
Yeah.
Just basically. Yeah,
don't watch The Happening.
How in the world did they get James Newton Howard to do the soundtrack? He's such a good composer.
They probably paid him well.
Yeah, they better have.
Yeah.
'Cause honestly, it's not that bad of a soundtrack.
It's alright. It's okay.
If it was used in another movie, it would have been
film.
more enjoyable. Just because this movie made it so bad.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. Because he wants... I mean, composers that write music for movies want their music to be well known, and they want it to fit with the movie, and they want the movie to do well, so their soundtracks, do well.
Yeah.
It makes me kind of sad for him, because he's a really good composer.
Also, you just attached your name to The Happening.
Exactly, yeah. And then people, oh, The Happening, who did that soundtrack? Oh, James Newton Howard, yeah, he did The Happening. Okay, well, you forgot that he also did...
The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Fantastic Beasts, The Hunger Games, and many, many more. King Kong. Oh, Treasure Planet. Dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
Dinosaur is a good soundtrack.
Dinosaur is a good soundtrack.
Oh, I'm noticing he actually does a lot of... He's done quite a few of M. Night Shyamalan movies, soundtracks.
I mean, he's not as good as Hans Zimmer. but that's another discussion. But he's a good composer.
Yeah, he is.
And you don't have to be the best composer to be a good composer.
True.
Alright, yeah. Well, I agree with you. I wouldn't recommend this movie for anybody. So, I'd give it a 0 out of 5 stars.
Oof.
There's no enjoyable aspect of the movie.
Ironically, yes, there is. Because it's bad. It's so bad. It's atrocious.
Possibly just the fact that it will at least once make you laugh.
Yeah, it is.
But you're laughing at the movie.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say there's no entertainment value out of it. Unlike The African Queen, which it's not even entertaining. It's boring and dull. Yeah. Don't ever watch The African Queen, by the way.
Yeah, African Queen's really bad. With Humphrey Bogart and Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah.
No, Katharine Hepburn. Yeah. I get the Hepburns mixed up.
The Heartburns.
Heartburns?
Yeah.
Katharine Heartburn?
Yeah.
She gives me heartburn.
Her performance. Well, anyways, yeah. I wouldn't say there's no entertainment value in this film. Like, it's low and it's small, but it is there.
We just wasted an hour and a half of our lives.
You better appreciate it. Actually, you don't have to.
Yeah, please listen to our stuff.
Hey, if you like our stuff, you can find more of our stuff on Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to listen to us on any other platform, we're on YouTube, where you can find our old episodes. On Spotify and iTunes and Podbean. So, check out all that jazz if you want. And, yeah.
Give us a comment or a like.
Don't
give
do
us
that.
some.
No.
Give us some.
Do the opposite. Give us a dislike. Right now. Do it.
What?
It's just the happening has sent me into a
depression.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what The Happening tries to do. Maybe M. Night Shyamalan, hates people being happy. And so he just wanted to depress the world by making a terrible movie and letting people pay money to go see it.
Oh gosh, can you imagine?
Oh my god. If I had paid money to go see that movie, which I wouldn't have. You know what? I want to see a trailer of this movie.
Oh, yeah. We should watch it.
Yeah. Let's watch it right now.
We're gonna watch it.
Anyway, if I had paid money to see that movie, I would have demanded my money back. Because that was terrible. Yeah. Okay, I do want to talk about the mood ring.
Okay.
I hate it. That's all I want to say. That was the stupidest thing to put in a movie.
A mood ring?
A grown man wearing a mood ring? It's not even his! He gives it to his girlfriend and somehow he ends up with it.
Yeah.
I still don't know if it's his girlfriend or his wife.
Yeah, I don't know
I knew
either.
there was something about a wedding, but I didn't catch it all. Did they get married and then...
I have no clue.
Okay.
I don't know, and I really don't care.
I don't either.
I'm surprised you even remember the main character's name.
I know.
It's just Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Doing Mark Wahlberg things.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Saying the dumbest lines ever spoken.
Also the little, the officer that shoots himself in the head and the blood,
Oh, yeah.
shoots out, 5 feet from...
It's a comedic moment. It's weird. The part where the guys are falling off the scaffolding.
Yeah, that is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's some Temple of Doom stuff right there.
Yeah. That's such a weird movie, because you can't tell the tone. It's trying to be creepy, but it's not, and it's trying to be funny, but it's not, and nothing works. Everything's backwards.
Yeah.
The twist is given to you early on in the film, and the twist is that it's actually plans, and that what they predicted all this...
It's not a twist, because they
But
They
it's
come
like
up with that
confirmed.
theory.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Oh man, why do we do
And
this?
the old lady that they go into the house and
yeah.
try to find some food, and she smacks the little girl's hand, and they're horrified.
Yeah.
It's just... And then he opens the door, and there's a doll, because there has to be a doll
What was
in the
with the
movie.
doll? He thought it was her.
I know!
How do you be that dumb?
It was a tiny, itty-bitty little human
It's
in
the
the
most
bed. Yeah,
obvious-
it was a
no,
doll.
not.
And he's like, Mrs. Jones?
It's those. Yeah. How do you be that dumb?
And then
How
all of
do
a
you-
sudden she explodes, and she's like, get out!
How do you write that? How do you write a man
I think...
goes into a room, sees a doll, and mistakes it for a person?
I think...
How do you write that?
One time he took like a sick day, and his 3-year-old picked up his pen and was like, he opens the door and there's a doll, and he thinks it's an old lady. And then the old lady just starts screaming at him because it's funny.
Yeah, I
don't know.
It's baffling. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I kind of regret. Because
You regret watching it?
I kind of regret watching it.
So do I.
It does make me think that I'm glad most movies aren't this bad.
No, most movies are that bad.
No.
Most of the movies that we have seen aren't that bad. I'm sure there are a lot more bad movies than there are good movies out there.
Well,
Because the good ones are the ones we hear about. We don't hear about the happening. At least
we do hear about
least,
the happening.
At least I didn't.
I knew quite a bit about this film going in.
Okay.
But this is exceptionally bad. Most movies are like a boring bad or just a dull bad. This is bafflingly bad. Like, I think they tried to make it this bad.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't know. It's so hard to tell. It was annoying, though, because... What was it, like halfway through the film, I had the idea, why didn't we watch No Country for Old Men? Would have been so much better.
Because I don't want to watch that.
It's a great movie. It's a movie you would like.
No.
It has everything that you like. Yes. Why not?
Because
You've given me no reason.
I will give you a perfectly good reason. Because that dude ugly.
You're a moron. You're so dumb. Quinn is hideous.
What? I mean, yeah, but I
You
don't
need
know. The main character in No Country for Old Men, his hair just
That's
bugs
not
me.
the main character.
Yeah, he's like the evil guy though,
Yeah.
and he's like in all the pictures and the most famous.
So?
So he.
You're so dumb. I hate your reasoning. Next movie we're watching is No Country for Old Men.
No, don't lie to them. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, actually, yeah, I am, because next movie we're watching is Spider-Man: Far From Home. You can expect that week after next, because
That's
next week
true.
we're doing a music episode where we play mandolin and guitar and just sing some improv songs.
Yep.
Just right off the top of our head.
Right. Yep. And so we will be bringing you that next week.
Mm-hmm.
And week after that, we'll be reviewing Far From Home.
And then,
Hope it's a good one. Looking forward to it.
yeah. So stay tuned.
Yep.
And
I suppose that's a wrap. Thanks for listening. Let us know what you think about our episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Adieu.
peace out.
Yep.